Three Brits with an eye for a deal have a day to scour a French market for bargain homewares and collectables.
Not for me, though. No, it's OK, because it's damaged, you see.
I want to buy it. I need to buy it. Gotta get something quickly.
They've each got €800 to spend, and veteran dealer Mark Frank's on hand to help.
This, I think, has got a chance.
Yeah,
these seem dear.
cool.
Can I have a cup of tea? You've had too much supper.
Back in Britain, they'll upcycle their purchases.
I feel absolutely petrified doing this.
To the right person, you could really make some money out of this.
Then they have a day to sell them.
Can we not meet halfway?
No, we cannot.
Let's try.
I think it's going to be a hard piece for us to sell.
And whoever makes the most money walks away with everyone else's profits. Today's competition is in the Loire Valley and the town of Durtal, west-central France. Dominated by the 11th century castle, Durtal is a beautiful mix of the medieval and Renaissance periods. In amongst its streets, the locals and traders have set up for the annual market to sell their wares.
This brocante is on every single year. There's over 300 sellers, and regardless of your budget or your taste, you will find something here for you.
The market attracts up to 20,000 shoppers, and today there are also three Brits, all amateur enthusiasts, scouring the stalls looking for pieces to buy cheap, take home to do up, and sell on for a profit. Our first competitor is Kelly, a communications consultant, who is a collector in her spare time with an eye for bargains with hidden profits.
I've been collecting antiques for about 10 years or so. I like to think I'm a good haggler. That's a Yorkshire person in me, but we will see.
The second of our trio is David, a teacher who, now retired, has plenty of free time to hunt for treasure with his metal detector, though he's more of a collector than a trader.
I tend to buy things and keep them. I've got to be prepared to move out of my comfort zone and buy things that I can resell and make a profit.
And last up is Jemma, a training manager with an interest in retro and vintage wares.
I like unusual things. I like stuff that's really one of a kind, stuff that no one else has got.
And on hand to offer advice if and when they need it is the expert who's seen it all and sold it all, Mark Franks.
Well, guys, what a setting to start off with here in Durtal. I've got some money in my pocket for you, mate. What's your main aim for today?
To spend it all, Mark.
God, he's a man after my own heart. Kelly, I've got €800 here.
Messy.
What's your style?
I'm thinking classical, but then I'm thinking what will sell back home.
Gemma, she's got some style. Have you? And what are you looking for?
I'm going to go for the post-century stuff, so 50s, 60s, 70s. See what's out there.
OK, you've got 4 hours to do it. Get spending, go.
Cool, let's see.
And so they're off, €800 in their pockets and on the hunt for pieces they can see a profit in.
I've got a thing for lighting, so I'm looking at lamps, I'm looking at things that I can turn into lamps.
Mirrors and lamps to start with. That's going to be the key thing.
There's some chairs, some lamps and things like that caught my eye.
Seems they've all seen the light, but with the three of them hunting for lamps, they need to move fast or risk losing out to their rivals.
Let's get looking. I'm really excited now.
And it's Kelly who is first to spot something she thinks could be a good buy, a set of 6 cocktail glasses.
They look nice. Just see, let's see what sound they make. Yeah, not crystal, but €100. Quel est votre milieu, please?
80?
60? 60?
OK,
60.
Oui, OK. Merci.
Merci beaucoup.
Merci, merci, madame.
Kelly kicks off the competition. €60, that's just over £50.
I don't think that's too bad, actually. A good bargain to start.
Meanwhile, Jemma is still on the hunt for her first buy, but is already feeling the pressure.
This is really, really frustrating. There is nothing that's actually grabbing me.
Give it a chance, Jemma. Across the market, David is thinking strategy.
I've got €800 and I really think I need to try and spend as much of that as I can because that gives me a better opportunity to win this particular contest.
And it's not long before he sees something to spend some of that budget on. A chest for €60.
I want to pay half of that, so I don't think I want to do that, but we'll give it a go anyway. Some people like these things for, like it's used here as a little coffee table, you know. This little chest here. What, under 3 euro?
30 euros.
Comment?
35.
OK. 35 is a deal, monsieur. Yeah?
Okay.
Oui. 35. I think it's quite a neat little thing, actually. And for the money, you know, 35 euro, you know, that's not a lot, really. So I think there's a profit in that.
David's got the right idea, buying with a profit in mind. And there's a smile on Gemma's face as she's finally found a stall selling exactly what all our rivals are looking for, lamps.
I rather like all of this here. I think I'm going to end up blowing my budget in one go. These are fantastic. How much?
You want the price, this price?
380.
380.
OK, and what about those?
The same price.
They're 380 as well. For the pair?
Just for one.
380 for one.
Ouch indeed. That's nearly half your budget on a single lamp.
A little price for this.
200.
No, I can't wait.
While Jemma haggles on, Kellie's found an item she wants to know more about.
What are these? Are these like Skittles?
Skittles, yes, jeu de boule. It's date of 1930,
OK.
so it's very original and perfect condition because it's never used.
C'est combien? How much are they?
120.
That's expensive.
It's expensive, but it's very original.
Could you do it for 70?
No.
Look in my eyes. Could you do it for 70?
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
85? God.
Okay, 85.
85 euros, nearly £72, sounds like an expensive game of Skittles.
They are, I'll tell you what, they are absolutely delightful. They're really charming. I would struggle at 85 euros, I've got to be honest.
Would you?
How much can I sell them for?
I'm going to see if I can maybe get... Oh, gosh, it would be great if in excess of £100. But I hope somebody would fall in love with them,
Yes,
like
I can
both
see
the
it.
dealer said he had and I did on first sight.
They are beautiful.
They are.
As you are. Carry on buying.
Thank you.
Not the most encouraging feedback, but at least Kellie's buying, unlike Jemma, who needs advice on those lights.
Oh, look at you like a waif and stray standing there. What's up?
I
What's
am.
going
I
on?
need your help.
These items are standalone items in big flash flats.
Yeah.
They have to be mint.
Right.
They can't be nearly. right?
OK.
Look at condition.
It
There's
looks-
a little bit rubbed there. There's little marks there. Have you gone anywhere else yet?
No, because I spotted
You've got
these.
over 300 stalls to look at.
Yes.
Have a little look round. Just at least a couple of stalls away. Come on, you're all right. Crack on.
Thank you. Let's go.
Yes, and get a move on, because while Jemma continues looking for her first purchase, David's clocked up his second.
40. Oui, 40. OK, oui.
But with not a haggle to be heard, Mark wants a word.
Always haggle.
OK.
Because if it turns out that you've lost by £2, you're going to say, you was right. I could have knocked him down to 38 euro.
yeah.
You know, every bit counts.
Yeah, I got to switch myself up a gear now and start thinking more about what I'm buying combined with what I'm spending and the fact I've got to make a profit.
Well, that's the theory. Just have to put it into practice now, David. Still searching for her first purchase, Jemma really needs to get a move on. She's spotted a child's desk and chair she likes the look of, but can she do a deal?
I love this. It's got raw time down there, so it's got the industrial feel, but it's actually something that's useful. What's your best price?
Best price, 180.
180.
It's a rare model.
It's lovely. It's lovely. Still wanted down. 120?
No, it's not possible.
Oh, why won't he go down in price? 160?
No, 170.
170.
It's possible.
OK. You break my heart, but I love it, so 170.
170.
OK. Let's buy it then. I'll buy.
Okay.
Not as cheap as she hoped, but at least she's finally bought something.
I think I could probably get about £250 for that. It's a child's item, so they're in hot demand at the moment, so I think I can up the price a little bit.
So, finally, all our trio are now up and running. Kellie has bought 2 items and spent €145 out of the 800 budget. David has also bought 2 items, spending €75. As for Jemma, she got the desk for €170. Coming up, Mark's got some harsh words for Jemma.
It's not good enough. You'll end up with a detention. Get buying.
And in the upcycling, Kellie's out of her depth.
I've not ironed fabric onto a shade before, but it'll be fine.
Three Brits are in France in competition to see who can get the best bargains to take home, upcycle and sell for a profit. And on hand with advice is dealer Mark Franks.
I always give all the buyers exactly the same advice. It's really simple. Consider how much you can sell an item for back in the UK before you ask the price, and then you'll know whether you're in for a profit or not.
With the buying over halfway through, our trio still have plenty of money in their pockets, but not a lot of time in which to spend it.
I'm going to start becoming a little bit more ruthless, a little bit more bartering, I think, now. I got a couple of buys under my belt, so grab the bull by the horns and go for it.
I'm in a good place. I think I've got some really good items I can make a lot of money out of. So let's go, let's go, let's go.
Jemma and David feeling pretty positive. And across the market, Kellie's also found something that's got her smiling.
It's a lamp, and I like it. OK, and you're saying 80 for both? Would you do it for 50? 50, 50?
No.
What would be best price? Bit too high. No. Oh, gosh, how am I going to charm this guy? We'll give it a go.
No. 70 best price, 70.
Right. If that was in Liberty in London, that would be more than £70. OK, let's shake hands then. Thank you, merci.
€70 is around £59, and Kellie is keeping a steady purchasing pace. Elsewhere, David has seen a chair he thinks he can make a profit on, if he can get the right price.
It's a nice old leather chair, and it is old. I need to be looking at around about 140, 150 euro. If I can, I don't want him to hear me. I think he speaks good English. But if I can get it for about that, that's got to be worth a punt.
Shh. Let's see what he wants for it.
What sort of price do you have in mind for it?
Well, let's say if you'll give me 150 for it, I'll be happy.
Could we go at 140? That's what I had in mind.
140?
Yeah.
All right, that's a deal.
Thank you very much, sir.
Think he overheard you, David.
Maybe I need to anticipate now, on my next item, a lower price, so they can bring me back up. Because I'm not getting brought back up each time, I'm hitting it on the head.
Well, if you get it right when it comes to selling too, there'll be no problem. With only a couple of hours left, David and Kellie are making steady progress. But Mark wants a word with Jemma.
You've bought one thing.
You've
bought a item.
I know.
Have you used this thing today?
I just want to make sure I'm buying good
Stop
stuff.
smiling, start spending. It's not good enough. You'll end up with a detention. Get buying.
I will.
I mean it. Go.
I promise.
A ticking off from Mr. Franks, but it does the trick as Jemma moves on, determined to make a purchase, and immediately spots something with potential.
I've seen this, and there's also a ship's anchor over there, also similar design, so I think I could probably package them up and sell them together. What's your best price for both?
200.
180. Please.
Okay.
Yes? Ah, we have a deal.
Well, that's her second purchase. But Gemma's still playing catch-up, as David has already spotted a gramophone that could be his fourth buy.
Actually, it's nice because it's got some nice woodwork on it as well, actually.
He likes it, but will he finally remember Mark's advice to haggle hard?
300. Ooh, yeah, that's a lot of money. I don't think I'll go with it.
Last price.
No.
Price. Fair.
OK, cool, yeah.
250.
Oh, yeah, no, yeah. It's very kind of you. Not for me, though. No, it's OK, because it's damaged, you see. I think there's plenty of other things to see. And I've still got an hour and a half to go yet.
A relaxed David walks away from the gramophone. But with only 3 items bought and €215 spent, he needs to make the most of that final hour and a half. Across the market, Kellie has seen a coat stand priced up at €250. It's an expensive piece, and so she wants Mark's advice.
That mark, that mark, that mark. All these marks are on the glass. I've bought and sold lots of these. Normally they're a bit narrower, and I normally get around about 100 quid for them. This is a bit bigger, but is it worth 2.5 times the money?
No, it's not.
Can I have a cup of tea? You've had too much sun.
Right. OK, next. Let's go and find something else.
Having looked at other stalls, David has seen nothing he likes and instead is drawn back to the gramophone.
He says he bought it for €180, so he's got to make a profit on it.
What he's done is he's done a technique, which is a common antique dealer technique. They tell you what they paid for it, knowing that you can't go below that.
No, I know.
Right, what's the top you want to pay?
200 is max, absolute max.
Right, let's call him. Jeremy, ça va?
Ça va, vous?
Moi, colleague propose. Ouh là là. 180.
Non, je peux pas, non, non.
So you're stuck. 220, 200. Where are we going with this?
Yeah.
Non, je peux
Wait
pas.
a minute.
What is your...
Non, mais je peux pas.
210.
Ah, 210.
Two in the middle, 210.
210?
You happy?
We have a deal.
And we got there in the end. Sometimes it's all about compromise. Having given David his advice, Mark is on his own mission to buy something he thinks he can sell back home for a profit. He's left the run of the market to our rivals for most of the day, but has now honed in on a hand from a statue that's priced up at just €10.
This is a wooden arm and hand. Its condition's not fantastic, but it's beautiful. It's probably 200 years old, 250 years old. The lady seems to think it's 17th century. I think it's more like 18th century. This is what interior designers are looking for. The real deal. Shabby chic, not created, made, or played with, just totally bog standard original. I do know that I can see a profit in this. I absolutely adore it.
We'll find out later if Mark's right and there is a profit on the hand. With time ticking, the competition is heating up. And when Jemma spots David browsing, she's keen to probe his progress so far.
Hello. How you doing?
Pretty good.
Yeah?
Yeah, really
Not as good as me.
I've had my spies out, you know. Maybe you're not doing as well as you're making out.
Oh, bring it on, fighting talk.
Fighting talk,
Fighting
yeah.
talk.
He's not giving anything away.
So Dave, I think, is pretty stiff competition. However, his passion is the metal detector and it's the Roman era stuff. I'm hoping I've gone a little bit more modernistic, that might be a little bit more sellable, I hope.
Spurred on by seeing her rival, Jemma picks up her pace, and it's not long before she spies some furniture she thinks could be a game changer.
Easy, easy money. They're in fantastic condition, Art Deco. It's already going for 130 without me even starting to haggle for it. There's another one over there as well, which is also awesome, only €100. I can sell these for a good couple of hundred each, both of them. I want to buy it. I need to buy it. I've got to buy more stuff, and I think this is just a bit of a gem. Go on, what's your best price? 180 for the both? Let's do it.
Merci. Au revoir.
Merci.
As the final hour approaches, our trio rush to make those last-minute buys before time is up.
Starting to panic now.
Kelly has found a table and chair she thinks she can sell for more money back home.
It's for a child, isn't it?
A quick change of chair, and Kelly seals another deal at €240.
Thank you. Yes.
Jemma has snapped up a mantel clock.
That's perfect. €30. I can easily get a good 50 quid, 60 quid for that.
David buys an antique table for €185.
185.
Voilà. OK.
OK, we have a deal. We have a deal.
And then straight away spots a child's rocking horse.
I could work on this. I'm pretty good at woodwork, so I can do something with this. Can you do me 10? 10?
No, 10. 35.
30.
30, yes.
OK, we have a deal for 30, yeah? 30, yeah, thank you. All right. Very hard, man.
And with that purchase, David decides to call it a day, which leaves just Jemma and Kelly still on the hunt.
I am in a panic. We're going to have to speed it up a little bit, so we're going to have to get running, I think.
Despite her slow start, Jemma has picked up the pace and her sixth item, a pair of soda bottles for €110.
I'm done. I'm finished. Yay.
So now it's all down to Kelly. She's still got nearly €350 of her budget remaining, but very little time to spend it.
Really don't have much time left. Got to get something quickly.
But just before the final whistle, Kelly sees a pair of candlesticks that she thinks could make a good upcycling project.
I can see some. I can see a pair here that I particularly like.
For two, it's possible 50.
50. Would you do it for 40?
No.
End of day, I go away.
No, it's possible. The best price, 50 for two.
45? 45,
Yes,
we shake on it now?
yes.
Brilliant. Hooray!
With Kelly grabbing the candlesticks, it's lights out as the market closes. Kelly has bought 5 items and spent €500, which works out as just under £425.
I'm loving it. I'm really still excited by the things that I bought.
David has spent more, shelling out €640 or £542. He's also bought 6 items.
I'm confident about my stuff. I think it's very different. And I was buying, looking all the time at a profit.
Jemma has bought 7 items and spent the most of the 3 at €670, around £568.
I'm pleased. I think I've done myself proud.
Time for our 3 competitors to head back to the UK. They've each got 1 day to renovate their items before they must sell them on. In Hertfordshire, Jemma has taken her fish and anchor to professional restorer Emma and is paying £110 for a lesson in upcycling.
Now, I love them, but they need a bit of cleaning up. What do you suggest? I like the idea of distressed because it's the whole seafaring theme.
We could make this really rustic, make it look like it's just come out from the sea, sand it back quite a lot. We're not going to do any priming. We're going to get your apron on, get the paintbrush in, we're going to slap away and we're going to get this job done.
I feel absolutely petrified doing this because I've never painted in my life.
You're doing a fabulous job.
In Wiltshire, David's concentrating on his rocking horse.
I'm going to just strengthen this up down here. I'll put another piece of timber in and glue it, and then screw it just to reinforce this. So I'll get the saddle off, I'm going to sand it, and then start to get the first coat of paint on it.
A dab hand at woodwork, he's putting his skills to use.
And we use this little rotten piece as our template now to make a new piece up, I think. So there are a few little things here with this thing that I've had to really try to rectify, and that's obviously taken me quite a long time to do. But we are getting there slowly.
Down in London, Kelly is also getting hands-on, though this is her first time.
I'm just going to measure it and hope that I get it right. I will get it right, there won't be a problem.
She's decided to turn her candlesticks into lamps, and to save money, she's making her own shades.
This is messy, or I'm making it messy. I folded it over. I just want it to be perfectly straight. I've not ironed fabric onto a shade before, but it'll be fine. I know it will.
Covering plain shades with fabric is a cheap way of upcycling any lamp. Kelly's bought her shades and fabric for £39. Coming up, Jemma is delighted with her upcycling handiwork.
I had absolutely no idea it was going to look as brilliant as this, actually.
And David thinks he can trump them all.
This is competitive, and I need to win.
Our 3 would-be dealers are back in the UK and have just 1 day to transform their items in order to increase their profit potential before selling them on. Up in Hertfordshire, Jemma has finished the first coat of paint on her fish and anchor.
You're going to think I'm crazy now. We're going to speed this up and we're going to give these a little blow dry with the hairdryer to make the paint dry even quicker.
Using a hairdryer dries the surface paint first and causes it to crack like a mudflat in the sun. Perfect for an aged look, but don't try this on your walls.
Right, OK. Yeah.
After a quick wash, set and blow dry, the next job is using a light dusting of white paint to give it some texture.
Get a really small amount of paint on there.
Yep.
Make the brush really dry and then just start dragging it down the rope.
OK. How's that looking?
It looks great. Perfect.
I had absolutely no idea it was going to look as brilliant as this, actually. I feel like kissing his fishy lips.
Including upcycling costs, Jemma has spent around £260 on her fish and anchor. She'll need to sell high if she's going to make a profit.
Hey!
I'm blown away, I really am.
Lost for words.
This is probably the best upcycling I've ever seen.
Wow, thank you.
The only thing that worries me
Yeah.
is what it cost. Has that affected your ability to sell?
No, I actually spoke to the ladies in the workshop how much they thought it would go for, and it was double what I paid for it. Right. So I'm going to aim really, really high.
I can see somebody paying the right person a lot of money for these, and I think what you've done by transforming these could easily win you the competition.
Really?
Take that to the bank.
Wow.
Over in London, Kelly is drilling holes in her candlesticks to make room for the electrical wiring needed to turn them into lamps.
Wow, that is great.
When rewiring lamps, it's better both in terms of appearance and safety to keep the cord long. Kelly has spent £25 hiring an electrician to rewire her deco-style light and her 2 candlestick lamps.
I'm glad he's doing it and I'm not doing it.
Okay, this one's finished if you want to test it somewhere.
Is this where I get electrocuted?
Don't worry, Kelly. The man's a professional.
Oh, marvellous!
So final job is to apply the trim to her lampshades.
I think that looks marvellous. I can't believe I've made this shade. I love it. Yeah, I think it looks really nice. I'm very happy.
Well, Kelly, this reminds me of you. It's smart, it's elegant, and it's worth quite a lot of money.
Why, thank you, Mark. Spot on.
I know. And this is more like me. It's a bit shabby, a bit tired, and a bit rough around the edges. What's going on here?
I think that's my dressmaking scissors. I don't think they were quite sharp enough, but I'm hoping that people will appreciate the shabby chic look.
OK, what are you going to ask for them?
I'm going in at 150.
Why not? Why not? Well, look, £100 a lamp. Why not start at 2? You can always come down.
Yeah, great. I'll do that.
Say 195.
Nothing to lose.
Nothing to lose. That is exactly the answer. This, I think, is great. To the right person, you could really make some money out of this. It's a good uplighter, and the other thing is, which you must mention, pack tested, so they can sell them straight on.
Back with David, he's rubbing down his rocking horse, ready for a lick of paint.
Right, I'm going to try and get the first coat on, which is a primer, sealer, and also a leveller. You can start to see the creature coming back to life, so to speak.
Once the paint has dried, David uses an emery block to distress it, to give it an aged look.
This is that kind of shabby type look that seems to be all the rage at the moment with the furniture and things. So I'm trying to just create a little bit of that.
David's kept his costs down, but still spent around £35 on his rocking horse, which means he'll have to sell it for even more if he's to clear a profit.
Mate, you've transformed this, haven't you?
Yeah, I've changed it quite a bit, actually.
I think you have improved it. It looks clean and functioning now, rather than a bit tired and grubby.
Nice.
How much can I ask for it?
About 70.
OK, so that would give you less than a double up. I would start at 140, the wrong side of 100, and just double what you thought and just see what they say.
Upcycling done, they've each got 1 day to sell their items. Whoever makes the most profit will win and take everyone else's money. The 3 rivals are in the famous Portobello Road, West London, where there's a range of potential buyers. They decide who to see and at what price to sell. And once again, dealer Mark Franks will be on hand to help them out, should they need it.
Buying is a doddle, it's easy spending money, and selling is the tricky bit. Kelly, what's your strategy today?
Well, I'm very familiar with Portobello Road. My strategy is aim high, keep to the price, and don't come down if I don't have to.
I hope you're both listening to that. That is a perfect strategy. How are you feeling, Jemma?
Nervous, but confident as well. I'm excited.
Confident, got a strategy. David, you must be terrified.
I am terrified, Mark.
Yeah. Right, guys, time's limited, and there will only be one winner. One winner. So, get selling.
Right.
Sell.
I'm going to go in there, I'm going to hit it hard and just pray I make as much money from them as possible.
I've never really been as mercenary as I probably will end up being today, because this is competitive and I need to win.
I have done my research, I've got my notes at the ready, and I'm certainly going to go in with the prices that I've got in mind.
As David finished buying before the others, he gets first choice on where he starts his day. And he's decided to target Fiona, who runs a vintage store and is always on the lookout for interesting stock.
What I'm thinking of here would be probably the smaller items, like maybe the rocking horse. And really, I'll be looking at asking quite a high price initially so that I can be knocked backwards. Is it something you like? Do you think you could sell it?
I think it would be very difficult to sell.
OK.
I think it's going to be a hard piece for us to sell. It's interesting, if you'd come to me about 3 years ago, I used to have a children's shop.
Yeah, that would have been brilliant, yeah. Okay.
And I would have loved it then.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's going to be a piece that we'll be able to sell in the shop.
That's fine, Fiona.
So it's a no sale for David. Meanwhile, Kelly is targeting interior designers Sarah and Christian, who are looking for statement pieces to use in current projects. Kelly's hoping they'll like her French lamp, which, including rewiring, has cost her just under £75.
I believe this is a glass called a milky glass. 1930s, it's all been wired correctly. And as you can see,
It's got a lovely glow to it.
And sort of what price would you consider for that?
I'm looking in the region of £150.
Okay.
I would say maybe £95 or something.
That's really cheeky, Christian. That's really cheeky. I mean, would you be more comfortable at the 135 mark?
We'll take it 135.
Wonderful.
Well, that was easy. Kelly seals the first deal of the day and takes away £61 more for her lamp than she spent on it. Sarah also bought Kelly's 6 cocktail glasses for £115, more than twice what she paid for them.
I have to say, I got a really good price and I'm really happy with my first result.
A few doors down, Jemma is taking the desk she bought for £145 to Tony, who specialises in Victorian furniture.
The shop's goods are pretty much what I think I've got. It's a really wide range of goods, and I think, hopefully, that they'll really like the stuff. So, fingers crossed. But yeah, very nervous. I'm hoping it goes well. So what do you think?
Well, it's very nice, actually. Quite like it.
Really good condition. Yeah. It was my first purchase. I absolutely fell in love with it.
What sort of money are you looking for this object?
So, 200?
No.
Okay.
I'll make you an offer on it.
Yeah.
150.
150?
That will be...
Little bit much.
No. I tell you what, seeing as you carried it across the road, 160.
Okay, let's do it.
All right.
Let's do it.
160 it is.
Deal.
£160 is just £16 more than she paid for them, so Mark wants a little word.
Hello, Mark.
Jemma, I needed you to stop for a minute before you go on to your next sale, because I want to have a serious word of you.
I was expecting this.
The annoying thing is, I kept saying to you, push, push, push. And I've just had a word with Tony. I said, would you have paid any more? Yeah, might have paid a little bit more.
Wouldn't have.
Well, he told me he would, so... If you'd have just pushed an extra £5, an extra couple of quid, whatever you'd have done, it makes all the difference.
Okay.
You must push.
I will.
Thanks for the tea. Get selling. Off you go.
See you later.
See you later.
It's been a mixed start for our 3 sellers. David is yet to sell an item, while Kelly has sold 2 and Jemma just 1. Coming up, David pushes hard.
That's a good deal for you, and I'd like you to have it.
There's some arm twisting going. You've sold before.
And is it anchors away for Jemma?
I was looking for 500 for the pair.
Three rivals are halfway through their selling day as they battle it out to see who can make the most money flogging their French-bought goods, with the winner taking everyone's profits.
I need to sell these items. I am going to sell and get lots of money.
I'm slightly nervous, but also I'm feeling the adrenaline kicking in a bit now.
Kelly is hoping to build on her strong start. She's targeting Glenn, who runs a vintage and second-hand shop and often buys stock from France.
I'm hoping that Glenn is going to buy it as a set and make me a good offer. So let's see how we get on. I have here a 1960s industrial style pedestal desk and chair. What do you think of it?
It's quite nice. It's as you can see, it's the kind of thing I buy. As it's already been stripped and you've got a chair that's kind of matching with it.
Yeah.
I can kind of make you an offer around about 150. Is about what I.
Okay.
Pay for that.
Actually, I was looking at the round about the 450 mark, appreciating what I knowing certainly what I pay for them at the outset.
At that sort of price, there's no profit in it for me.
I can't go with that, and I'm really sorry.
That's bad news for Kelly, but will she regret turning down his offer? Up the road, David's hoping for a bit of help from Mark to get the best price for his leather chair.
There's a few points I want you to pick out, Tim, OK? So we've got little leather casters there.
Yeah.
Brass.
Yeah.
Lovely fluted legs.
Yes.
Got rose. Just lovely, excellent condition. Crisp all the way through. Show him what he may not notice.
The chair cost David just under £120. And he's hoping Tony will want to give him some serious profit on that.
When I was looking on the internet on this chair, Tony, I found one that was completely renovated, and it was a very similar chair, not so nicely shaped as this one, and that was going for £4.5 grand. I'd love to sell this one to you, Tony, because I think you're the person for this. You know, I think you are, and that's.
Well, I'd like to buy it.
So I've got to be looking at just over 1,000. That's what I see this is worth, as it is, standing just like that.
It wouldn't be anywhere near that.
Okay, well...
I'm
looking at that at the moment, you know.
I couldn't see it any more than 400 for me.
Tony has been in the business many, many years.
Yeah.
Your research is right, but he knows his market here.
Yes, that's right. So that would be your best offer, would it?
Can he squeeze you on a little bit more?
I was going to say, could I just get an extra 20 out of you, Tom?
Well, we can start at 350 if you like.
No, not down, Tom, upwards. Should you give me another 20, Tom, because it will all help me.
All right, then.
420.
420. That's it.
We've got a deal. Thank you very much, Tom.
OK.
Well, what a corker of a first deal. £420 is a profit of more than £300 for David and sends him straight into the lead.
My target with the chair was about 500 to 600, so I've fallen short of it, but not by a great deal. So the idea of actually starting high and being knocked back seems to work, so I'm going to continue that way.
Whatever it takes, Dave. Elsewhere, Jemma is looking to shift her shabby chic fish and anchor to a local fish restaurant and owner Maria. She's laid out over 260 quid on the pair, including upcycling costs.
The collar is amazing.
Thank you. That was my own fair hand. So I upcycled this and Harry the Fish last week. I love them. I absolutely love them. So I don't know what you think.
What's the price? What the price?
So I was looking for 500 for the pair.
I know, they're beautiful, but...
And they would look perfect here.
Yeah, but no, it's too much for me. I could go 100 for the anchor.
200 for the anchor.
150.
It's one of a kind, from France. 170.
165. 170 is okay.
What about Harry?
Harry, no, I thought you're really
happy with the anchor.
I'm happy with the anchor, yeah.
Okay.
Some very persuasive haggling there from Jemma, and she's gone a long way to making her money back on the two aquatic pieces.
I'm actually really annoyed with myself because I think I could have pushed it harder, but in the heat of the moment, she's a good bargain hunter. However, I've sold it, it's got a place to go, I've managed to get profit out of it. Harry, unfortunately, still is homeless, so we're going to have to keep trying hard to find a place for him.
Poor Harry. Up the road, David is taking the French clock he bought for just over £30 to a local vintage and bric-a-brac shop.
When these are wound and they're running, they strike on the hour and then they strike sometime after the hour, so the vineyard workers could be told when to stop work if they missed the first beats.
I thought it was for when you were supposed to be drinking.
No, it'd be nice if you keep drinking.
Try to stop. If I was buying it purely as a decorative piece, I'd be wanting to spend about £100 and just take a chance.
You put £30 extra with what you said, so you can have this for £130. That's a good deal for you, and I'd like you to have it.
There's some arm twisting going on. You've sold before.
No, I haven't. Not like this. I actually like you to have this clock.
130.
That's just £30 more than what you said, but I don't want to push that on you.
Let's take a punt. I'll take a punt.
Good.
I'm always happy to do it.
Thank you very much, because it'd be really good for you, that one. Thanks, David.
Thank you, David.
He may do it quietly, but David's still one persistent haggler. He also shifts his chest for 45 quid, and after that deal, he's made everything he spent back and is into pure profit. But things aren't going so well for Kelly, as she's had another knockback, this time on her Skittles.
OK, so I've just come out of 345 here on Portobello Road. I'm still armed with a set of Skittles, so I'm a little bit concerned right now. My prices seem somewhat high. OK, but I've still got some more buyers to see, so fingers crossed. Let's see how we get on.
Jemma has been selling well, but still hasn't quite made her money back. She's hoping dealer Glenn will want to buy a number of her items, so she's asked for Mark's help. And first up for a sales pitch is the dressing table.
So, I believe it's Art Deco. It's in such good condition. As I say, I bought for me. That's the long and the short of it, because I wanted this in my bedroom.
This kind of item I see quite a lot in France.
Yeah.
So they're quite rare here, but in France there's a lot of this type of stuff around. The money I'm talking is around about sort of 150, really.
I was hoping for a little bit more.
Give us your bestest offer, and then see if she can push you on another £5 or so.
Yeah, go up for me, please. Pretty please.
She's begging now.
170.
175.
175, you got a deal.
Done.
Yeah, that's very fair.
Fantastic, thank you.
Jemma paid just over £150 for 2 dressing tables, so getting £175 for one is doing well. She also squeezes Glenn a bit more, persuading him to buy the soda bottles and the fish for a total of £125.
Look! Harry's new home. He's like a king.
And with that hat-trick of sales, she has started to make a profit. Kelly has 3 items left to sell, including her lamps. Having struggled to raise interest, she's now targeting Tony. But will he be impressed by her work?
I created the wiring system here. They all work.
What you should have done is drilled from the bottom all the way up.
Yeah, but do I look like the kind of woman that can drill all the way from the...
the Black and Decker.
So do you like?
No, they're nice. How much do you want for them, and then I'll make you an offer?
I would. Oh, if I can get £85 for the pair, I'd be delighted.
65.
Can we not meet halfway? Can we not do a...
No, we cannot.
Let's try.
I said 65.
You did.
I'll make it 70.
Okay.
But that would be it.
I'm going to take it, actually.
Oh, how lucky are you?
Very.
Oh, grab it before he takes it back, Kelly. She's not made back the money she spent on her lamps, but at this late stage, anything is better than nothing. And Kelly also goes on to persuade Tony to buy her desk and chair for £265, putting her in profit overall.
He was trying to drive a really hard price, and who can blame him? But nevertheless, I needed to make a good margin as well on my items, and yeah, I think it worked well for us both in the end.
So Kelly has now made all her money back with 1 item left, but David still has 3 things to sell and not much time.
I am obviously concerned, but I am in profit, so everything else I make now just helps my little pile.
He's off to see antiques dealer Jane with his rocking horse, side table and gramophone.
Is it the sort of thing that you would like to have?
It's not the sort of thing we usually sell.
No.
But it is a really nice piece.
Yeah.
I mean, it is.
I think you could
something
do
special.
Something different, isn't it?
It is something I like, sort of quirky and unusual, and it is quirky and unusual.
This in the window.
Yeah, exactly.
I need, because of what I paid for it, to get some in the region of about 275. That's what I need to get in the region.
It's a bit more than my upper limit I was thinking of was more in, 175 region.
But two I'll do with you, OK? Because I want you to have this. Would you go to 190? It's a little bit of a profit for me to help what I'm doing, but also I know this is a lovely item. I'm pretty confident you're going to get your money back on this.
180 meet in the middle?
185.
OK, done.
We've got a deal.
Oh, he's good. And he doesn't stop there. He also takes a further £108 from Jane for his rocking horse and side table. And with that, David's the first to be all sold up.
They've all got something from me. I've got something from them, their money, which is very important to me. And I'm really chuffed.
Mark also has his French-bought item to sell, and so he's popped in to see Fiona, who runs a vintage clothing store.
Shop's looking good, very smart, as always.
Trying to do our best,
Do you know what you're missing, though?
What?
Something to display bracelets on.
Oh, come on, what are you going to show me?
Look at this. How cool?
Oh, but it's got no fingers.
Doesn't need fingers, it's a one-off. You'll never get another one, ever. And the lady I spoke to said it was originally from a church, that's all that was left. Fiona, I love this. Just make me an offer and I'm going to say yes. But, be fair, it's a cracking thing.
Fiver. 40.
40, deal, sold.
Are you serious?
Yes,
For
and it's a bargain.
hand?
Yes.
So now I've got 3 hands.
In and out and £32 in his pocket. That's the way to do it.
Right,
Thank you.
Brilliant. See you later.
Cheers, thank you.
It's been a long day and it's very nearly over. Jemma and Kelly have little time left to make their remaining sales.
Just got one more item to go for now, and then we're done. Let's go. I've got to sell. Let's go.
With shops starting to close, Jemma takes her pitch to the back of the van and sells her table and clock for a total of £211.
Oh my God, I've done it. I've sold everything. I have no idea how. And I think I've made profit.
So that leaves just Kelly and her skittles. Having had no interest all day, she's drafted in Mark to help her get shot of them.
David, I pay £73 for them, and
you've got to get a profit on that.
And you haggled the guy down.
I did, and
he was evil.
Was he?
He saw you coming, I'm afraid.
Didn't. Or did he?
He knew you loved them. I'm afraid. £75.
He's giving
and
you a
I'm
profit.
going to make a loss one day, or I'm going to look at them for the rest of my life, probably, until
David.
inflation kicks in.
I think if I was you, I wouldn't shake hands. I'd give him a kiss and a cuddle.
David, they're going to look great in this shop.
They'll look fantastic, but they'll be here a long time, I'm afraid. I'll
Thank
need
you.
someone who loves them as much as you do.
I may very well come back and buy them for myself. You never know.
There'll be much more money, I'm afraid.
With the last of the items sold, that's it. The game's over. Our competitors have made some fantastic deals, having sold all their items. After all their efforts, it's time to find out who's gained the most and will take home not only their own, but the hard-earned profits of the other two.
Well, that was a fun experience, buying in France and selling in London. And it is doable, as you've all proven. Did you all enjoy it?
Oh, it was great.
Yeah.
Really great, yeah.
Good experience. Well, you've been great company. Kelly, you made £150.
Thank you.
And unfortunately, you're out of the running.
Ooh.
So, guys, it's between you two. A 3-horse race has turned into a 2-horse race. Only one can win. How are you feeling, Jem?
Oh, I'm really nervous. I'm not that shaking now.
It's only money. Jemma, £163. David made £311.
Oh my God!
But more importantly, I made £30 profit on my item.
The exact prize pot today is £657. And as the winner, David gets to take it all.
Unfortunately, girls, you have to pass over your profits to David. He takes the lot.
There you go. No, you deserve it. There you go.
Thank you very much.
You, David.
Oh, absolutely.
As the winner, I feel absolutely fantastic. I still feel sorry for those two, but it's fantastic feeling.
I loved his leather chair, I loved his gramophone when I first saw it, so I'm not surprised, so good for him, and I feel fine. It was a great experience.
I'm not going to lie, I am disappointed, but I think the best man won. David's items were awesome, so I'm absolutely thrilled to bits for him.
I'm going to reinvest quite a bit of it, I think, back in our antiques. I can't wait to get back to France to get my fix. It's kind of got in my blood a little bit, being over there, and I want to get back.